Hello everyone, so I'm going to do a plant tour. It is a Monday afternoon here in middle July in western Kentucky, and I'm going to show you what I've got going on my porch, in my yard, and show you all what's going down because lots have happened. We've had actually a very rainy summer, and I have a lot of rotten fruit coming off of my plants, my vegetable gardens. So, but I've also been managing to keep up on the landscaping and whatnot. So let's get into a full-on tour. And I may or may not break this up into sections and post it. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet because I got a lot to share, clearly. Because I like plants, and I got a lot of plants on 2 acres. And I'm going to add more. So, yes, let's start off here on the railing, I guess. Oh, over here, that's my bird of paradise tree. See how it's looking sad, and I thought, man, I just need to get rid of it. But then now it's putting out nice, strong, healthy stuff, so I can't necessarily get rid of it. Can't do it. I saw at Kroger this spring that they had the false bird of paradise in bloom, and it was smaller than this. So I think I might also want to get a false bird of paradise as well. And I can't remember the scientific botanical names at this moment for them, so you're just gonna miss out on that until I put mine to it to try to remember what it is again. And then here I have a bunch of European pennyroyal. Okay, when I bought pennyroyal seeds, I didn't realize there was a European Asian variety along with an American. This is not invasive, it's not bad. In fact, it's still medicinal the same. And the blooms are a little bit prettier than what we have here native. So I have this European pennyroyal, and I'm still trying to put the pennyroyal back in pennyroyal and pennyrile. And I do want to get the native seed as well, but there's nothing wrong with growing this. It's still going to be beneficiary to your pollinators and to you, the same as the native one would, just the native one would do better. Okay, then I pulled up some of my Mirabilis out there, my beautiful magenta fuchsia ones out there that are really pretty. They were self-seeding, so I pulled them up to give to somebody else. One wild blue indigo, I'm keeping that. I'm putting that in my yard somewhere. Then I got a lot of Bradbury bee balm, Monarda bradburyana coming up. It did not need cold stratification. In this bed, I think I had white swamp milkweed here, white swamp milkweed, if I can talk, and it was growing great, and I think something ate it, something for sure. I can't tell you what it was, but yeah, they were there, now they're gone, but I don't know what that is coming up. And then there's some anise hyssop coming up there, and I planted some lovage in here, but that looks like weeds to me. That may be lovage, but those are weeds. That's in compost, just so you know. I went to my compost pile and dug that up. And then here, that's actually the pennyroyal growing there, and I can't remember. Oh, that's the sweet alyssum. Sweet alyssum growing in here. I knew this. I was just testing to see if y'all knew your plant seedlings and identification. That's what that was. And then my Thanksgiving cactus here, my Schlumberga, is putting out new growth. I got it here in quite a bit of sunlight, so when I move it inside, maybe it'll bloom. Okay, and then my sad African violet. I love the blooms on it, but this is such a high maintenance plant. And look at it, and this is what I get from it. It started to have a bloom, and then it quit, and now it's got this bud on it, and then it quit, and I fertilized it and water it and everything, and listen, that plant just may not be for me. That's all I'm saying. My propagated variegated Thanksgiving cactus, Black Prince columnea. So this is a goldfish plant that I'm trying to get to bloom. Another Schlumberga, woolly Dutchman's pipe growing there. So it was looking kind of sad for a while until I give it a little bit more sunlight, and then it said that's the sweet spot right there. So there it goes. Epiphyllum angular, fishbone cactus is putting out tons of new growth. I would love for it to bloom, but maybe next year it will. We'll see. Hoya obovata putting out new growth. My Hoyas are taking off right now. Look at the new growth. And that's with all of them. They're loving this heat and the humidity right now. They're just like, yeah. They're not asking for a lot of water. They're asking for these tropical temperatures because that's where they're from. So then they're going to grow great like this. My angel, my special angel begonia. And I love this. Look how it's starting to show off its gorgeous beauty and all that. Yes. And then I have this Hawaiian spider plant here, begonia lime love. It's a rhizomaceous begonia. There's a Rex begonia here from Lowe's Costa Farms. My cuttings, it's kind of growing algae right now, but that's fine. So I got Sinantium lave in there right now. My Dipladenia, I got a couple of those cuttings in there. My Agastache Scrofolii folia. Okay, Scrofolii folia. That's how you say it. Those cuttings, they've been in here for over a week and they're doing great. So that's awesome. Philodendron glad hands. My Rhizo eyelash begonia. Then I have my red vein Maranta here that's putting out a flower. A dead vine that I got to prune off. Maranta are not easy to pull off, just so you know. My Hoya Bella, not Hoya Bella, Hoya Crimson Queen, aka Hoya, I can't remember its original name. Hoya Tricolor, that's right. When it first came over here and was sold, it was Hoya Tricolor. Now it's known as Hoya Crimson Queen. Then there's Philodendron White Princess and Philodendron Pink Princess. And then Tenanthe Gray Star. And again, since it's a Maranta K, it's very hard to pull all that off. Hoya Sunrise, which is in, I can't remember what it's crossed with. I know it's a Lacanosa, and it's on the tip of my tongue. I can see the leaf right now, and I can't think of it. So never mind that. I'm not gonna mess that up right now. Then Hoya Callistophylla Indonesia, and look at, it's putting out new growth now. It says, "Let me grow, let me grow." Aglaonema Pink Princess. This is very slow to get going, but it's going. Philodendron Tortum, also a slow grower, but it's going. Then I got my cane begonias here. I think that one's a Maculata Whitei, and then I think that one's a Linda Dawn. And then I got this Catalea orchid here that's not dead yet. And then I have Aglaonema Black Maroon there. I've killed back and brought back. Philodendron Brazil that I've cut back several times to make this nice bushy plant. This is only a couple cuttings, but I've cut it so much that now it's just bushing out like that. Asparagus fern, I can't remember the botanical name for that. And there's where the cuttings came from. My eyelash begonia. My Hoya Bella that just got done flowering, and it seems to have dropped its peduncle too, which is sad because blooms can reappear off of peduncles, and a lot of times they grow back more blooms off the same peduncle. I can't remember what this Hoya is. Aglaonema tigris with a inflow on it. The inflows are insignificant, and I could probably crossbreed if I wanted to and start them off. And Aglaonema are slow to grow, right? But I don't have. Maybe that one inside I got, but it's done flowering now. If they're flowering at the same time, I could experiment, but they're not, sadly. Another Lowe's Rex begonia. Pulchera aquatica here. Philodendron epiphyllum, and I can't remember if it's a lemon ring or a global green. There's a pilea here, or pilia, and I can't remember what it is. It's just a pilia. And we have some native pilia here. In fact, it's a weed and I got it growing out there. But if you see the leaves and you see other pilia, you'll see how they're related. Hoya whitei, Hoya whitey, or Hoya wayeti. I'm getting the begonia and the Hoya mixed up now with their names. Hoya wayeti, Hoya wayeti, however you want to say it. It takes forever to remember all these names, so just go with it. But it was up in my south-facing bedroom window, but since I moved it here, it's getting more black margins on it and a little bit of sun stressing on the leaves too, and it's putting out new growth and whatnot. And yeah, my Hoya love the porch. Epiphyllum, that's a neon pothos there. That's a upright philodendron jungle boogie, putting out new growth. Hoya pubicalyx splash. Hoya carnosa, that's the OG Hoya carnosa, putting out new growth, being happy. Rex begonia, Jurassic Rex, or croc begonia, Jurassic croc, I think. Let's see what the tag says. Jurassic megalocroc, that's right. Okay, and then Hoya caudata. And it's putting out lots of new crap. Look at this, that just shot out of nowhere. Look at this. And look at all those aerial roots. Hang on, let's focus in. Dang. It's just taking off right now. And then look at the baby leaf here, how fuzzy it is and how cute it is. And oh my goodness gracious, isn't that a darling little leaf? Let me take a picture of that because that's just cute. Get up in there. Focus, camera, focus. Got it. Okay, moving on. Love it. Hoya carnosa, Wilbur Graves China. It's on the struggle bus right now. I think I overwatered it a little bit, but it's a carnosa type. It's basically like a pubicalyx. It'll be all right. See, speaking of another carnosa type, this is Hoya carnosa, now known as Crimson Princess, because of variegations on the inside versus the Crimson Queen, which she wears a crown, and the crown's on the outside of the head. That's how they remember that. So this would be your Hoya rubra, known back in the day, and it's putting out new growth. I had it in the spare bedroom in a west-facing window over the winter, and it done great there. But now it's here. I had it here last year in this spot too, and it done great, so it's back. And I got more strawberry pins to hold it down, because then these vines get so heavy they pull those small root structures out of the pots. So very, very crucial for Hoya. Keep them in smaller pots, and because they have small root systems, okay? And then they also like a lot of oxygen to their root systems. So having them in chunkier soil is beneficial as well. So that's where, like the strawberry pins or anything to hold them down, rocks, that's where that comes into play. You want to keep it in that pot. And then my ficus, why can't I think of it? It's lost leaves because I've neglected it upstairs in the south-facing window, so I brought it here on the porch so I'd at least remember it better. And then my dipladenia here, and this is a pink blooming one, and I just took cuttings off this to propagate. Discidia, Million Hearts. I can't remember the exact variety, the botanical scientific name for it, but that's also an Apocynaceae, so it's going to be related to this plant in my Hoya as well. And then there is String of Dolphins, which is a Senecio. And then a Corpegia woodii, variegated, so variegated String of Hearts. And it's putting out these spots where you would want to propagate because their root system looks like a ball. And then Hoya pubicalyx pink silver ghost, which is just taking off like a champ. Okay, I can't wait to share that one. And then my red finger lime tree. And then I got Monstera Thai Constellation there. Dieffenbachia vesuvius, and Philodendron glad hands. And that makes up for the porch plants as of this time, because plant movement is always subject to change. And I think I'm going to end this video here because it's getting lengthy enough. It's 15 minutes on, so we'll do other sections later. Quick edit. Seems I forgot these plants. So this is Philodendron Jose Bueno, and it's putting out lots of new growth out here. It's loving it too. I got this from the spring plant swap. I don't know what it is. There it is. I watered it once. And then this is Monstera deliciosa Bosigniana albo, and it's putting out new growth. Borsigiana. Why did I say Bosigniana? I knew there was an R in there. Anyway, Stramanthe triostar, which is also Amaranthus. I accidentally overwatered it a little bit. That's why it looks that way. Hoya fuoensis, if we can even say that. And I had it as a cutting for a little over a year, and now it's putting out new growth out here in this spot. It likes it right here. I had it in the north facing window there in the dining room, but now it's just out here. But it seems to like it, so I'm going to keep it in that north facing window over the winter, I think. And then Hoyota Waymanii, or Hoya Waymanii, Hoya Waymanii, however you want to say that. Goodness gracious, tongue twisters. And it's just plump and doing okay, but I've taken cuttings off of it recently, so it's just kind of at a pause. Hoya globulosa, aka Velosa. These leaves look kind of sad, but I just watered it recently and it's putting out new growth, which it was in my west facing kitchen window, and it put out new growth there, and then I don't remember if I overwatered it or I underwatered it, but then it lost that new growth, so then I got stuck with the original 2 leaves again. So it's been a work in progress. Hoya lacanosa silver mint coin, which is just exploding since I have it out here as well. Love it. I love you all, and so does Jesus. And by the way, your hair looks excellent today. God bless y'all. Bye.